Welcome back, darlings. This week's video is the maintenance wash of that lovely GLE. Okay, so I do this every month, inside and out. The outside is never that bad, but the inside, they've got 3 kids and 2 dogs, so that always needs a good going over. And this is the first one I'm going to be doing with the GoPro, so you're going to get a bit of a first-person view for the inside. We'll see how that one works out, actually. Alright, I can show you some befores while I go and get set up, and then we'll get in on the action. So all in all, not too bad. A bit grubby, but nothing terrible. The inside has a bit of work there, but luckily Mercedes fabric really lets go of the ingrained dirt very easily, so it's light work in that sense. Now, I warn you now, I had the setting, well, I was experimenting with the GoPro, and this is, well, it's like it's on meth. I had time lapse and it's strapped on top of my head. This was not a good setting. I haven't used it at any other point. I was just experimenting, but I thought I'd leave it in for you to see. It's going a bit crazy. So 2 things to talk about here. One's my method, and that is I tend to hoover off mats before I take them out. In some maintenance cleans, when I don't do them quite frequently, all I need to do is hoover off the mat, lift up the edges and hoover around them. That's never the case on this one, but it doesn't matter. My routine is the same. I hoover off the mat first before I take it out so I don't drop all that debris in the carpet underneath. Now typically the matte carpet is better quality than the stuff underneath and it's easy to get the dirt out of. Not always the case, but typically. The other thing is I would say I normally start with the seats first and then work my way down. The reason I haven't done that today is the weather was looking a bit threatening and I wanted to make sure I got the mats out, hoovered and set aside so I could put them back in if it did rain. So that's why I've done it in a little bit of a reverse situation. Anyway, this is again the camera on my head. Now, my wife looked at the first cut of this and I had it sped up to about 400%, so that's 4 times, and she said, you can't post that, that's horrendous, it's making me feel motion sick. So what I've done is I've slowed it right back down, it's now at 1.5 times, so a little bit sped up but not by much, and I've just cut out a lot of the other superfluous stuff, and I think this is much better viewing. However, you tell me, because you're the ones that are watching this and I'm making it for you. So if you think this is acceptable, that's good. A bit later on you can see I've got it mounted static inside the car and a few shots when it's static outside the car. I think those are probably better, but one of the benefits of the GoPro is I can put it on my head and you can get this first person view, but it's only a benefit if it's enjoyable to watch, right? So let me know down in the comments and I will do whatever works best for all of us going forward. And so to the dog hair. Now the fabric on the floor, the carpet there, and the back of the seats is really good at releasing this stuff. Mercedes quality carpet generally is pretty good. It's only the A-class that's that ropey, or I guess in the back of the saloons where they don't have to have all the pets and stuff in them. But when you've got the estates and the SUVs, they put pretty good quality carpet in the back here. So what I do is I hoover it off. This is my maintenance clean, remember, so I hoover it off with the nozzle, give it a go with the mini brush, and generally I leave it there for this client, and that's because I told them, you know, I can get it perfect every single time, but it'll cost you more because it takes me a lot more time to do. or I can do it just over the hoover and it'll be pretty good but not perfect. They're happy with that. I'm happy to give that service. That said, today I was like, oh, God, this is bugging me. And this happens sometimes on jobs, doesn't it? You just want to get it a bit better than you were. So I pulled out the fake lily brush. That's from Detailers United, and it works really well. I saw Alien Magic release one the other day. It's this, but with a green handle rather than a red one. It's exactly the same as this. So this, I've got a couple of other brushes that other tools for getting the pet hair out, but I find this one works really, really well. So there's a link to that below, along with actually everything else that I'm using in the video as well. So anything you see now where I'm cleaning the glass or I'm wiping over something wet on the plastics, I'm using ONR for that. And it's just a microfiber scrub pad on the plastics, soaked in ONR, squeeze it out and then give it a quick rub over the plastic and dry it off with the microfiber cloth, and bam, done. As I'm spraying it on here, the Malco Fast Shot, watching the footage back, I was like, oh, yeah, I realised, didn't I? I didn't pre-rinse the wheel, and that wasn't to make it look good for the gram, I literally forgot. So all the other wheels, I pre-rinsed them first, but they all actually came out fantastically anyway, so it didn't matter. But yeah, normally I pre-rinse the wheels. But here, yeah, Malco Fast Shot, 5 minutes of dwell, then the Interdetailing tyre brush, Viking soft brush, and the Easy wheel brush for the barrels. So the snow foam of choice today is the Built Hamber Auto Foam at 4% PIR. I have to say, I've seen a few videos on that new Garage Therapy Snow V2, and I'm very much looking forward to having a go at that. Hopefully Maz will send me some, but if he doesn't, I'll go out and buy it anyway, because it's going to be worth a try. Alright, wash time, and it feels like a bit of a treat to be doing it with a traditional shampoo and mitt after doing so many rinseless washes over the summer. But it's getting that time of year, so this is way more viable, and we haven't got a hosepipe ban in the area of Surrey that I live in either, which is quite good. Either way, I am using a CarPro Reset, and I'm using the CarPro Dab Dab as the mitt. I love that mitt, really nice. CarPro for me generally make pretty good products, but I wouldn't necessarily say they're the best out there, but this mitt and that shampoo are very good.
Finito.
Thanks so much for watching this. I hope you enjoyed that. I enjoyed making it. Let me know what you think of the footage from the GoPro, if how I used it was good. I'm not too sure how enjoyable that is to watch. I like it when I'm editing it and watching it back, but that's to my taste, so let me know. One final thing, if you're ever in doubt if the 2 bucket method is worth it, it absolutely is.